today's video, I am going to create a full children's party based on my Nature's Treasure collection. And this is going to be a wonderful, magical, woodland inspired party that anybody can recreate at home. So I want to make this very simple. I'm going to take you outside right now where we're going to collect some of the pieces directly from nature that will be key to creating this magical table. So if you haven't seen my Nature's Treasure video, I will leave it linked below. There is a 15-minute video that I created where I showed exactly where I got the inspiration for this collection. So it was a simple day and a walk with my 9-year-old son, and I gave him the opportunity to pick up any pieces of nature that he found that he thought were cool, and we will create some characters based on that when I got back to the studio. So that's exactly what we did. So every piece was found by him and every character was created by me based on his findings. So that's where the whole collection has come from. It's very special. It's one that's really, really close to my heart. And so this is really exciting for me to create and style the full party now for you in real time. So I've got my little basket, I've got my little secateurs, and I want to go out and pick some of the pieces that I have featured in this collection that he found that we also have here in the garden in abundance. So first, I'm on the hunt for that gorgeous fern that has made up my fern elder. So let's go find some of that. We've had so much rain over the last few days that this grass was just cut a few days ago and it's already a good couple of inches deep. So I'm going to get pretty wet, but I can spot some fern right over there beyond in the fence, which I want to snip. So let's go find that. So I was particularly looking for these ones that still have the curl at the end, because that was what my son found on our walk, and how I explained in the video to him that this eventually all unfolds into a big fern like the rest here that have already opened up, but this one is particularly cool. I'm planning to use these in a centerpiece, or perhaps to leave entwined with a napkin, and then we'll have the little character sitting on top to match. So I'm going to get 6 or 7 of these. So I'm going to take my basket and go have another look over the other side of the garden, because there are quite a few there that are already fully opened. So I found just a gorgeous little one here. If you can see, the curl on this is just beautiful, but it's so young and it hasn't opened. I'm going to leave that as is and take some of the bigger, more mature ferns. Again, I'm going to have a look. I'll take you down here where I spot some more. I think it's just so fascinating. There's another one there, all uncurling slowly, so I'm going to leave that one as well. I'm going to take some of these bigger ones as a centerpiece rather than the napkins. These ones are great, they're big and tall, and these will be just so beautiful to create some sort of a centerpiece on the table. So I'm going to get a few of these. Absolutely no chance my foot is going in here unless I am 100% sure that they are spider free. But I definitely need my wellies, because we're going to go out of the garden and down towards my unnatural part, or sorry, my natural part of the garden that is very overgrown. So these are definitely required. to tuck the jeans inside because it's going to be wet. Okay, good to go. So over the fence is the part of our garden that is, we generally have this part mowed all the way down to where we have a fire pit that sits beside our river. But at the moment, because of the rain, it hasn't been touched, so it is severely overgrown. So we are going off piste, as they say. So I hope I'll be able to bring you down here maybe at the weekend when we are promised a wonderful heat wave, because this is our fire pit area where we get to sit and enjoy just the sounds in this beautiful river that flows right through the back of our garden. And it is just so peaceful and so gorgeous when the sun is shining, and the house is just nestled up above there in the trees. So this part of our garden, we've seen some damage from the recent storms. So where this part of the garden the kids would usually come down to paddle in our river, you can see all of the trees have actually fallen down, and we've had quite a big landslide. You can just see. So I'm going to touch you up. Just up there, we've had quite a big landslide which has brought all these trees down, which is such a shame, because this is actually the entrance, if I just show you, to what was, and actually it's taken down our little signs. Here we had a little fairy fort for the kids that I created, a party for my daughter down here with all her friends one year, and this inside here we had a big banner that looked like an outdoor wonderland, just a forest scene, and they could go inside and they had little seats in there, but this has come down now and pretty much destroyed their entrance. So yeah, I really don't know what we're going to do down here, but it's going to take quite a bit of work to move all of these ginormous trees. We have quite a bit of fern. You can see the size and scale of some of these ferns. It is unbelievable. But this is really such a shame, because down here is literally where they would paddle for that particular party. I'll actually try do a video for that one soon, because we had a photo selfie area down here where all the girls come down and took photos by the river, and it was just so cute and magical. But yeah, that is nature. I'm going to take you off. You're currently on a tripod. I'm going to take you off because I've spotted a really perfect fern. So just look at the magic of these ferns. There's a smaller one there, but this one, I think it's just so magical. Nature just never ceases to amaze me, and I think that's really why all my designs now are going to be focused very much on what I see in nature and down here in abundance in my garden, because it is just missed. We miss it. There's so much going on in the world that we don't take the time. Like, just listen to the river, the water. Let me see if I can get down here without falling. So it'd be great if I collapsed in here. Okay, no, I'm not going to go much further. There seems to have been a bit of a landslide here as well. But it's just so beautiful and peaceful. And fern everywhere. Wow. So I just wanted to take you down here just to show you, I guess, in real time and reality, why I'm so inspired by nature and my surroundings, and why I just love to use nature as inspiration for characters and children's parties. I really, really want to bring back the magic of creating parties at home that are focused more on the magic. I think with all of these cartoons and themes and party venues, there is very generic parties out there now, and we have just gone away from all of this, creating gorgeous outdoor magical parties that are totally unique and every single child can have something different, rather than this mass-produced character. Don't get me wrong, they obviously are, like, all children love those, but I just think if we could add in a little bit of extra magic from characters that are created from something really special like nature, that's my goal as a designer, and that's what I'm going to share on my little part of the world here on YouTube. So I hope that you're inspired by it, and now let's take the characters, the inspiration and the actual nature pieces and go and create something truly magical. So the last thing I was looking for down here was my croquisma for my croquisma fairy, but unfortunately it has had its day, and yeah, it has died off for the season, so we will have to omit that from the tablescape, but that was it right there. So there is where I get to sit and design every single day. That is the side of my studio, and this is what I get to look out on. So I am constantly inspired by nature and everything that's around me. So I'm back inside and I'm going to make a start on my centerpiece. So the idea for this is that I'm going to use all of the fern, and I would, as this is a kids party, it's a children's party, I would love to have jars of sweets and treats in amongst all of the fern. So that's the idea for right now, but as a designer I change every few minutes as I kind of get into the process. So we're going to start there. I'm just going to start arranging as I go and see what happens from there. So I never ever throw out an oasis after I get one in any sort of flower arrangement, because I keep it for this exact purpose. So it is slightly damp. I've just added some water just to kind of keep the fern a little bit alive, and I'm literally just going to start, I'm going to match up maybe sizes. So start with the longest ones and I'm going to push them in so that they're coming out each end like this. And then we'll just build. So it'll be a little bit of trial and error and see how this looks, but I just love the process because this can be wild and natural. This is, of course, pieces found from nature, and it's a nature inspired party. So you don't need to be too thorough here or too fussy with it. You can just literally place, and then if you need to move, you need to move. And I'm going to add some of these lovely curled ones as well. I'm going to actually keep those back, I think, for the top, so that they are visible. But I'm just going through my collection here to find the longest pieces first, and as I said, we'll just wind them in, and some will naturally curve this way, some will naturally curve the other way. So just bear that in mind when you're putting them in as well, because then you can get a much more uniform shape on either side. So you see you've got a curve going this way, so we'll put that on this side and vice versa. And we just keep on doing this until we build it up. Bring you up a bit higher, just so you can see that we're already starting. If I just show you there, we're already starting to get a nice shape. So it's so simple, so simple. And then as I go to the top, I'm kind of starting to layer in, for a bit of height, these shorter ones, and they will slightly stick up and out. It's just so wild and wonderful, and this is what I love about just finding natural pieces. And I know this is a children's party, but they really do appreciate it. I've had so many here over the years, and while you think this might be a lot of effort for a child's party, some of the comments that I get when I overhear the children talking about the magic and their wow, and this is the best party I've ever been at, and that just warms my heart. And when it is something that you've created totally from nature, like, there's, what more can I say? It's just the best feeling. It is totally free, and your kids are experiencing the magic and abundance of nature and all of the amazing things that are around us every single day. And it just makes them appreciate it. So before my camera dies, I will just give you kind of an idea. Look how spectacular that is. Can you imagine a big jar in the middle? I have actually a big glass sweet jar that I'm going to put right on the top, I think, and just fill it with something fabulous, and it will be the most magical centerpiece to any child's party. So this is how it's currently looking, and I love it already, and it's not even a quarter of the way finished or styled, but you just get the idea of how magical it's going to look. I'm going to take some of the wild garlic flowers and I'm going to pop that in as well, because of course we have a wild garlic fairy, and how gorgeous. Actually, that's just naturally fallen that way, which is so pretty. So this is the sweet glass that I was talking about, and I think this would be just so perfect. Left here in the center, filled with something gorgeous, maybe some mushroom shaped jellies or something, but so magical and just so gorgeous right in the center. This is how we're looking so far. I just think it is so wonderful. A little tip actually to keep these a little bit stronger, you can spray the entire display with some hairspray, which I often do. As long as you've no flammables, you're not intending on lighting candles near the centerpiece. I won't. This is a children's party. I will only ever use some twinkly lights or something like that. So if you're not intending on using candles, then give this a good spray with hairspray. It just keeps it stiff and more alive as such, and it's just a fantastic way of preserving your centerpiece. So I'm just popping in here to the sitting room. I'm on my phone now, so apologies if there's a change in the quality, but my camera has died with all the filming. So this is my stuff everything in cupboard of all of my table linens, and this is actually what I'm looking for. So I'm going to use these napkins because these are just great. They're the perfect color, and we will style these with some of the fern and the wild garlic, I think. So I've got the goods. I am not going to set this table with table linen. I just think for a child's party, this will be much easier for clean up at the end of the party day as well, and it's just a little less formal. So I'm just going to dig down in here in my box of napkin rings, and maybe this, actually, these are wooden. I think I got these in Africa, but I'm sure I'll be able to find equivalents to link for you. I only need 6. Good morning. So it's the next day and it is morning despite looking really, really dull and dark. It is so dark today. And yes, it's still May. But anyway, I have popped into the studio. I left you yesterday with the table setting and the centerpiece that we were working on with the ferns. But today I want to come in here and work on all the printables. So this is the signature pack as such, so my Nature's Treasure collection, and I just thought I would show you very quickly how easy it is once you've downloaded the pack to just edit it for your own child. So whatever the child's name is, the date, or whatever way you want to edit your pack, and then how easy it is to just print off the items that you want to include in your tablescape or your party. So we'll just pop in to the actual files that you would receive if you downloaded it, so I can show you in real time just how you would edit. Okay, so I've just jumped onto the laptop here. When you download your Nature's Treasure collection, this is the landing sheet that you will arrive on. So basically this is what houses all of the templates for every single item that's in the pack. So I'm going to zoom in here just so that you can see it a little bit easier. So you can see in the image here that it is the full party collection, and then down here you have your templates. So you have your printable and mobile invite, your cake topper, your favor labels, your cupcake toppers, should I say, and then we've two other sheets here that are similar, and then you have your water bottle label, your bunting, your A5 colouring book, your A5 storybook, and your A4 and US letter sticker sheets. And then as a bonus gift, I have included a full TV art, which I'll show you shortly, and I'm going to use it inside because this, to me, is the most spectacular centerpiece of any party, and why I've included it as a gift. Open the template, you click on the link, and it will bring you into this, a template created by Amanda McConnell, aka me, was shared with you. Start designing now, and you hit edit template, and once you do, you're brought straight in to the invite. And so once you are in here, once you're in your invitation or any of the products in the pack, they all work the exact same as this, you can then edit any text that you want. So say for instance the name of the child was Jane, you want to change the color to say something that's in the actual photo. So always in Canva, what you will see here is the photo colors. So it makes it very easy for you to stick to the color palette of the invitation. So for instance, this gorgeous vibrant orange here, we can change the color of Jane to that and click away. And you can see there that we have kept the consistency and you've matched the invite. So that's a really great tip. Okay, so I have just edited my cake topper here. First of all, I have changed the color just to match this little princess up here because I think it's gorgeous and bright, and I've changed the name to Amelia. I am now just going to go File, I'm going to Print. So your computer is connected up to your printer, and if you don't have a home printer, you can of course send all these to a local printer, so whatever is easiest for you. I am going to change this to a 5x7. So this is designed in a 5x7 size. So I tend, if you're doing this at home, I would tend to use photo paper for my cake toppers. I just think they come out nicest. So I will show you how they come out, and I will link, of course, the photo paper that I use as well. So it'll be entirely easy for you. And of course, if you're sending it to a local printer, you can just request that, or on a very heavy card. That is it. It was as easy as that. Literally took seconds to print that out and minutes just to edit it. And then I'm going to simply cut it out and affix a cocktail stick to the back. Now I use a low cocktail stick if I want the cake topper to be flush with the top of the cake. So I will show you the process once this is cut out. If you want it a little higher, I would recommend using a bamboo skewer. So remember that you should be using food safe items to affix to the back of these because they are going to be inside of your cake stick. So I'm going to do that now, and then I'm going to continue to edit and print out all of the remaining items that I'm going to use for the party and for my tablescape. So I did just want to show you the favor labels or the treat bag labels. So I'm going to open the template here because I think this is particularly a nice idea because, as I mentioned in my video when I actually created this pack, I want to really try and move away from plastic toys and plastic rubbishy bits that are in party bags for children. And so I kind of go down the more natural route, and I'm going to use these white craft bags, which I just think are beautiful. And then I am going to print out my labels. So again, you have the same cohesive design. So for the treat bag labels, I am going to use sticker paper because it's just so easy to print directly onto these. I will link below the sticker paper as well. I generally would recommend to go with just one A4 full sticker sheet, and then you're just going to be cutting them out. So I'm just popping my sticker in face down. Just make sure that it is face down. The sticker should be on this side going down and into your printer so that you're printing on the right side, and then you just print as normal. So your collection comes with an A5 colouring book and also an A5 storybook, again created in the matching theme. So I just think that is such a beautiful gift to give a child as they're leaving, rather than something plastic that is literally going to be thrown in the bin. So this is a colouring book that you can literally print out in minutes. It's A5 size, so you have your beautiful cover, should I say, and then you have all of the characters inside. I'll just zoom in here for a second. You have each of the characters inside ready to colour. So either you can use this as an activity during the party that the children can colour in. You can have little packets of colouring pencils or crayons on the party table, or it can be a little gift, or do both, even print out double. So one for the party and one to go in the gift bag on the way home. So that is the colouring book. I think it is just so cute. I'm really, really proud of it. It is all of the characters and of course the whispering tree. And then you have a back, thank you for celebrating with me, love, Amelia. So again, you can edit this. So it is a very thoughtful, personalised gift for the child that has come to the party, and it's just a lovely, lovely gift to take home. There is also a little storybook, and this again is just so beautiful. Now you print these off the same way, just print them off in A5 and just staple them together yourself. This needs no editing again, apart from the message on the back, but it is a beautifully illustrated little story about the creation of a party in the forest under the whispering tree. So it couldn't be more fitting for a birthday party, and all of the characters feature inside of this little storybook. So again, something gorgeous to just pop inside this beautiful craft bag along with your little treats. And I just think it's just such a gorgeous gift to take home. And again, so I'll show you this inside when it's in situ and on the TV as TV art, but I wanted to just show you here on the computer up close and personal my free gift to everybody who does download this pack, and it is the TV art. So again, you would just click on your link as you did all the other products, and it opens this stunning, stunning image. And what I've created is the imagery, so the same imagery from all of our pieces. So if you look at the cake topper, for instance, it is the same TV. So you need to imagine that this is your Samsung TV or your smart TV. And I created our imagery in an oil painting finish. So if I zoom up and right into the corners, you will see that each brush stroke has been created. But for someone to walk in and see this on your TV, it's just spectacular. It's a spectacular moment. It's why I include it as a gift. And I just think it is just so beautiful. So I just popped back outside because I want to get some real ivy to hang over the table. So I'm going to grab some of this. I don't know what the name is of this, but I will leave it on the screen. But look how magical this is going to be hanging, and we have literally got it in abundance in the garden. Just actually picked this up just behind my office, but like, how wonderful is nature? Just the twist of the ivies around the branch. This is thorny, so I gotta be careful with this one, but just love it. And of course have my fern. I've got the loot. So first rule of advice when it comes to these overhanging table displays is to lay out your bars, because you will go wrong and this will save you a lot of time during the process. So I've laid them out. We've got A, B and C bars. We've got 3 A's, which is these ones here. We've got 6 B's and we've got 3 C's, and then we have our little attachments and hooks here, and I have already got my pieces in the center of the table. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble this. So I need 2 of the A pieces first. I'm going to pop them in to each of these, and then I'll speed up the process here so you can not have to watch me the whole way through. So that is a wrap on my nature inspired children's party and my nature treasure collection. I hope that you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed putting it together. As I said, it was very special for me. All of these characters were created from a walk with my son, and so they are all his special nature finds recreated into special, wonderful, magical party characters. So I hope you enjoyed, and you can find all the details of this collection linked down below. And until next time, take care.